Shalom Yashala. I'm going to start this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Ukakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us will well and will well. Put the Akwakodash and salutation to Akim, that's on highways and byways doing this work and truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Today's lesson is about Esau. This is judgment that come by living with the sword. And Deuteronomy 23:7 will not save you. Okay? The thing is, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, okay? The self-proclaimed white man, okay? Will not be able to use Deuteronomy 23:7 to save them, man, okay? Because when Timothy pronounced his judgment upon Esau, Edom, Amalek, and all his brethren, there's no coming saving this man, okay? Because Esau, Edom, the so-called woman, have done too much upon this earth, man, especially against the Israelites, okay? And that's why those punishments gonna come. And Esau live by the sword maliciously, okay, and deceitfully, okay, because everything he got, he didn't get it by righteous men. He get it by bloodshed, okay, and lies and deceit. And because the thief come to steal, okay, to murder, and to destroy. That's exactly what Esau have done to the four corners of the earth with the sword, man, okay. And you living by the sword will not there's judgment with that, man. Okay, and let's get a couple of scriptures we could to show you, man. Okay, Genesis 27. Let's start at verse 30. I think 36. Genesis 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou borne one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob. And Esau was gonna slay Jacob by the sword. Esau coming to the same spirit as Cain, because Cain slay Abel, killed Abel, and Esau is in the same spirit. And the time is coming when the Messiah gonna give Esau the sword, and Esau did have the sword, and Esau lived on this earth. The blessing was the sword, and that's how it got control all over the earth with the sword. And those blessings come to pass. And Esau, the so-called white man on this earth, have used the sword is a killing instrument, and Esau got many killing instruments, and he perfect those killing instruments. It doesn't matter if it's medicine, it's pharmakia, the gun, the missiles, the little sword. And Esau go to great length with the little sword out here to slay many nations, especially the Israelites, man. Okay? And there's no if or but about it. And we're gonna show you in Revelation, right? When Esau get that blessing, right? Ephesians 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. See, that's the blessing that was given unto Esau. Esau get that blessing, okay? And that red horse is Esau. Esau is what came out red all over, like in her garment, and they call his name Esau. And that horse means power. The red man power. Esau is a red man power. It's red, it's not white. It's a so-called white man. That's why he's calling him so-called white man, because he's calling himself that, but it's not that. It's pale and blood shoot through his skin, which make him pink or red. That's exactly who Esau Edom is, man. Okay, and you see, he was given a great sword, and with that great sword, Esau go to what the four corners and conquer every nation on this earth, man. Okay, that's exactly what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, have done, man. But his judgment comes for that, right? Let's go to Job, right? Job chapter 19, verse 29. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wife bringeth the punishment of the sword. See, be ye afraid of the sword. Esau was not afraid of the sword, because he think his house gonna continue forever. He think he gonna live by the sword forever, for a long time, without interruption. That he gonna commit murder to the four corners of the earth, and no one gonna be able to stop him. Okay, that's in Esau's mind. Who's in my level? That's Esau speaking. But Esau forgot that sword that he has was given unto him. That the Messiah let him have that power to bring the sword. Let's do that again. Job chapter 19, verse 29. Be afraid of the sword, for wife bringeth the punishment of the sword, that he may know that is the judgment. Okay? Esau should know there's a judgment that come with killing with the sword, with murder, with destroying with the sword, with living by the sword, man. Okay? And that's the reality that come into his head, that he's gonna be judged for the things he have done by living by the sword, man. Okay? And Amos, right? Let's go to James real quick, right? Let's go to James. James 2. James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have shown no mercy, and mercy rejoice against judgment. Again, because Esau lived by the sword and showed no mercy. Esau didn't show no mercy when he was conquering, when he was destroying millions upon millions of so-called Native American, when he was putting the so-called black men into slavery. He didn't show no mercy. And with that, because he showed no mercy by living with the sword, he's not going to receive no mercy. For he shall have judgment without mercy. That's exactly what's coming for him. There's no judgment. The judgment that's coming upon him going to be shown without mercy. And the same he used, the same sword he used, going to be used against him to kill him. He's going to kill his own self. Okay? He's going to destroy his own self with the sword. And people are going to make him do it. And that's the beauty of it all. Okay? And let's go to Amos, right? Let's show why. Let's show you why. Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus said Yahweh power, for transgression of Esau Edom, and for fall, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Okay? Esau did pursue Jacob with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wife forever. Okay? Esau did tear perpetually. His anger stayed inside of him for a long time, and his wife kept, and he kept his wife forever. Let's see what the word pity means, right? Compassion, mercy. You see, Esau cast away all pity. They have no pity at all. They have no mercy at all. And that's why James 2 and 13 mean out. You see, he that has shown no mercy will not, in judgment, will not receive no mercy. Okay? He said he have no mercy for Jacob, and no mercy gonna be given to him when judgment come. Okay? Then I will send a fire upon Timon, which shall devour the place of Bozrah. Wherever Esau dwell, that's Esau, that's Mount Seir right here. That's Bozrah. America is Bozrah, okay? America is the capital of Esau, kingdom, right? It's the most powerful kingdom, okay? Right now, where Esau dwell, okay? And Esau have the children of Israel, the children of Jacob in captivity. And till this day, he have shown no mercy, okay? And let's go to Matthew, right? Matthew chapter 26, verse 56. For all this was done, that the scripture of the prophet might be fulfilled. Then all his disciples forsook him and fled, right? Let me see. Now verse 55. And that same hour, Yahweh shall say unto the multitude, are ye come out against a thief with the sword and staff to take me? I sat daily with you in the teaching. Let me see. No. Okay, Matthew 26, verse 51. And behold, one of them which were which Yahweh stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote of his ears. Then said Yahweh unto him, put again thy sword unto his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Okay? That's why Esau gonna perish with the sword. So Esau live by the sword. So he gonna perish with the sword. To think that Esau make it his power. Because Esau make the sword his power. Make the sword his God. Because that's the way Esau live by the sword. And Jake is supposed to live by Yahweh power, while Yahweh Shamash by his power. And that's how we're going back to. Because the sword is not going to save us. Only Yahweh power, while Yahweh Shamash are going to save us, man. Okay, and Esau believe in the sword. That's how it's built up, it's military. Might to what the four corners of the earth. Okay? Because he trusts and believe in the sword. And it's a military power, man. That's why Esau think he's going to live forever. Because he became a lover of his own self and trust in the sword, man. And that's how Esau going to be destroyed. Right? Let's go to Revelation, man. Revelation 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He is the patience and the faith of the saints. And Esau have lived by the sword for a long time. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. And Esau went to the four corners of the earth, and killed billions upon billions of people with the sword. And him and his people gonna be killed with the sword, gonna be perished by the sword. Okay, that's exactly what it is, man. And Esau bring nothing but violence upon Jacob and upon the people of this earth, and that's why they're gonna be killed with by the sword, man. Okay, let's go to Obadiah. See, at the top, okay, of the thing, it says Edom will be humble. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and they shall be cut off forever. And that day thou suitest on the other side, and that day the stranger carry away captive the forces, and foreigners enter unto his gate, and cast lot upon Jerusalem, even though was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on thy brother and the day of thy brother and the day that they become a stranger, neither shall those have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shall thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Okay? Verse 15. For the day of Yahweh power is upon all the hidden. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall come upon thee, upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountains, so shall all the heathen drink continually. You see, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possession, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Again, Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushai has spoken it. Okay? And that's the thing. Okay? The Most High has spoken it because of the violence that Esau have done against Jacob, man. And all those heathen nations gonna pay too, because they used the sword to come against us. But Esau is the one that yield the sword the most. Esau that's the one that trust in the sword the most. That's why they're gonna be destroyed out here, man. Okay? That's exactly what it is, man. Okay? Esau gonna use Deuteronomy 23 verse 7. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy 27. Okay? That's what they use, right? Deuteronomy 23 verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land. Again, at the end of the day, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. That's what they use. Oh yeah, you should not hate an Edomite. But the word abhor here doesn't mean hate. He said, do not do abominably to Esau Edom when you come to the congregation. See? Because talk about the congregation now, the temple. Okay? That means if they live in your land in the third generation, okay, they shall be able to enter the congregation. They should be able to enter the temple or praise the Most High. Okay? But did Esau have that much time before the destruction come of the temple, of our people being in the fighting? No. Okay? Until what Edomites, it was not supposed to be there, right? It's supposed to be Syria that was supposed to be there, man. Doshan Abo is Syrian, okay? Not Edomite there, man. But hey, at the end of the day, you cannot use this thing no more, because two chapter later in Deuteronomy 25 verse 12, right? No, Deuteronomy verse verse 17. Sorry about that. Deuteronomy 25 verse 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when you were come forth out of Egypt, and he met thee. Talking to Amalek. Amalek is son of Esau, man. Okay, grandson of Esau. And he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou was faint and weary, and he feared not God. Therefore it shall be, when the Lord Yahweh power thy God hath given thee to rest from all thy enemies round about into land which the Lord Yahweh power hath given thee for inheritance to possess it, thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. Okay, the Messiah said, put an end of all Amalek. Okay, that's what the Messiah said. Okay, that's 2 chapters later, man. Okay, for you to do that to Amalek, you have to hate them, man, for the thing they have done to us, man. It's not gonna come without reason. Okay, and let's go to Exodus, right? 17. This is 17 verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi, for he said, because the Lord hath sworn but because Yahweh power has sworn that Yahweh power will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And for the Most to have war with Amalek for generation to generation, the Most have really hate those people, man. Okay, influence the women's, right? Romans chapter 9, verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Why should we say then, is they unrighteous with God? God forbid. You see, the Lord loved Jacob and hated Esau, man. Okay? And that's what the Messiah gonna have a war with Amalek for generation to generation, man. Okay? Because the Lord have problem with Amalek, man. And the Lord gonna bring destruction upon the Esau in them to so-called white men, right? Because the Lord hit Esau, okay, for all the wickedness that he have done, man. And let's go back to where he's waiting, right? Amalek chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, said Yahweh power. Yet he said, when as though love us, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Say Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushai. Yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau, and lay his mountain in his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh power of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and you shall say, Yahweh power will be magnified from the border of Israel. You see, and the Lord gonna be magnified in those days, man. Until the Lord bring an end to Esau Edom. Okay? Until the Lord destroy them, man. Okay? That's exactly what Esau, the Lord gonna do to Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Bring destruction upon them, man. Okay? That's exactly what Esau, the most I gonna do to Esau Edom, the so-called white man, man. Okay? Let's go to Ezekiel, man. Ezekiel 25, verse 12. Thus said Yahweh power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said Yahweh power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Why are they gonna fall by the sword? Because they live by the sword, and the Most gonna, because the vengeance they have taken and the violence they have done against the children of Israel, especially Judah. Okay, and that verse right there, man. And I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do on Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall say, they shall know my vengeance, said Yahweh power. Okay, let's not saving those devils, man. Okay, who destroyed the temple twice? Esau Edom. Esau Edom is still not burned the temple under the Babylonians, man. And as the Roman Empire, Esau they burned down the temple again, and still all the gold. Okay, okay, that's still all our treasure in the temple, man. See, that's still our seven candlestick that was made of pure gold, silver, and all that. That's still all that, man. That's still our silver, our gold, and bring it in their own temple, man. That's exactly what Esau Edom to so-called women have done, and that's why they must pay. Okay, and let's go to Ezekiel, right? Ezekiel 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushua, come unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus said Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy city waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Okay? Because thou hast a perpetual hate trait, right? And I've shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Again, Esau used the sword to destroy the children of Israel. Okay? The media is a sword. Spiritually, mentally, and physically, Esau have destroyed us, man. Okay? By the sword. And medically, okay, I call it with sorceries. That's a part of pharmakia. Okay? With the pharmacy, with the healthcare system, those Edomites have destroyed us, man. That's part of the sword. Because they have a perpetual hatred and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity, and the time that the iniquity have an end. Therefore, as I live, said Jehovah power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See, thou have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passed out, and him that returned it. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills and thy valleys and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and you shall know that I am Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushai, because thou have said, those two nations and those two countries shall be mine, and will possess it, and whereas Yahweh power was there. You see? You take the land of Israel, you take the land of America that will belong to the northern and southern kingdom. Okay? And then you possess us. You put us into slavery. Okay? You put the northern kingdom in slavery, you put the southern kingdom, you put the so-called black Latinos and American and speckled bird into slavery, man. And you're gonna pay for that. That's why we're gonna pay. Therefore, as I live, said Jehovah power, I will even do according to thy anger and according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. The Most High gonna let you know when he bring that judgment upon you, because of the sword that you use against us, man. And because of that sword, that's what you're gonna pay for it. Because the Most High have spoken it, man. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I am heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they have laid desolate, they have given us to consume. That's the lie that you have bring out here. That now Israel is no longer, Israel is not the Lord's people no more. These people, the believer in Christ, is the people of the Lord. You see, you consume us, you cast us away from the face of Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushua. That's never happened. Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushua gonna save us from your hand, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And you're gonna have judgment. You're gonna be judged by the hand of Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushua. That's what the Most High say, I change not, so that the sons of Jacob are not consumed. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to consume us by destroying us by the sword and replace us. That's exactly what you want to do. But that's not going to be well with you, man. Because the Most High got something for you, coming for you, man. And what's the Most High going for you? Let's go to Isaiah 34, man. Okay? Isaiah 34, verse 1. Come near ye nation to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear all that there is the end to word, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon the armies. If is have utterly destroyed them, ye have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of the carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts shall fall down, and the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. See, the Lord had a sword too. Just like Esau got a sword, the Most High got a sword too. The Most High gonna send his chariots out here. And it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the people of my curse to judgment. That's what the judgment of the Lord is reserved for. At the end of the day, for Esau, Edom, because Esau cursed to judgment. The sword of Yahweh power is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs, and the goats with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. That's what what's the Idumea mean right here, right? See, Edom Edom, where Edomite, Idumean, descendant of Esau. Again, the Esau, Edom, descendant of Esau, land of Edom, Idumean, land south and southeast of Palestine, right? Wherever Esau dwell, his Mount Seir, his Bozrah, and his Edomites, man. Okay? See, 87 times it's Edom. Edomite, Idumea, 4x, right? See, the elder twin of Jacob's brother, right? Hence the agent Idumea, occupied by him, Edomites, Idumea. Okay? Esau, Edom, man. Okay? And the judgment is coming, man. And there's nothing they can do about it, okay? And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and they shall be soaked with blood, and their dust with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh power of vengeance, and the year of recompense, for the controversy of Zion. So once I'm gonna do all that because of the controversy of Zion, okay? And that's why the Lord gonna bring vengeance upon Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. And they're gonna pay for that, man. Judgment gonna come upon Esau, man, because that's a curse. Esau, because Esau is cursed to judgment, and there's getting away from that, man. And with that, I hope you brothers and sisters edify. I'm gonna close this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us will well and will well to the Akwakodash, and salutation to you, Akiam, that's on highways and byways doing this work and truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom.